Seeing a YouTuber that wanted to be part of a community he thought was still something that he liked, and realizing how much of it is a sham. Now, he doesn't want to admit the certain things that I discovered within the Call of Duty commentary community, such as a lot of them are in Discord groups trying to view bot each other, trying to give themselves opportunities that other YouTubers can't get unless they are a part of their group, and people are afraid to talk about it at all. See, I like many others thought that it was something where there was genuine, like, instead of worrying about over editized nonsense. He also mentioned how a lot of them use ChatGPT for their scripts, which you don't need a script if you want to talk about a subject. But these Call of Duty slop tubers have to use a script because they can't think outside of just being slop tubers. And it's infuriating because what made commentary, there was a thing back a long time ago. It was like started by Wings Redemption, Woody's Game Tag, and all those people. The classics of Call of Duty commentary. Even though like Wings Redemption's kind of become a lolcow. I mean, he is a lolcow, but and others just kind of stopped talking about it because they're so big now to become mainstream celebrities, you can say. Call of Duty commentary back then, you talked like this. You didn't read a script. You rarely did a script. You just played gameplay and you talked about your day. That's what you did. Now with the new quote-unquote Call of Duty commentary slop, the only thing you see is people trying to talk about business and finance, give horrible advice. He talks about how it's doomer coded. I wouldn't even call it doomer coded because it's trying to imitate something that the black pill incel community talked about several years before they did. They tried to pretend they know what they're talking about with dating advice, women, and and a black pill perspective, but they realized that many of the old school black pill channels would mock them and say, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Saying that because these people would try to conflate the black pill incel community of old to the lookism community, knowing that they are just looks matchers and grifters trying to obfuscate the black pill community, which was a thing back a long time ago. But what happened was YouTube got so afraid of people talking about it, so they changed their algorithm again to where you now see where the search algorithm is pretty much useless. These people were never organic with the Call of Duty commentary slop community. What they did was they had to use view bots. If you use view bots on your channel, and I don't mean by like official YouTube paid stuff. I had a guy who did it, Alex something. I theorize that could be used, but I don't probably think it works now because I realize that people abuse it. You have to have a lot of money for that to work to begin with, and I mean like hundreds of thousands of dollars. So that's the reason why so many brand deals, so many companies do it, and with people like today, with especially with Call of Duty commentary slop, they go to a third party person who has a bunch of cheap cell phones you can buy for like $40-$50 with the right version of Android. You have to use Android, and they have them connected to a bunch of power cords and connected to a computer. Then they have a proxy, a home proxy, not a VPN but a proxy because it's cheaper, and they give the channel fake views. That's called a phone farm. A lot of YouTubers, especially Twitch people and TikTok users, do it now. Usually, if it comes to TikTok, they usually comes from like propaganda, governments trying to boost a narrative. Twitch, they do it because it's the only way you can grow and even get discovered on Twitch. YouTube is getting to that point where you have to do that just to be discovered in the algorithm. And it's so fucked up how it works that way. You can't just grow based off how many subs you got anymore. That used to be the thing. How many subs you got determined how good you was as a YouTuber. Now it's about discoverability. If your discoverability is bad, or you're in the what they call the suspended creator program, i.e. shadow ban, and they also call it like your trust score, you won't get views at all, even if you do like very good videos. But these people, these new age of commentary slop communities, they had to pay each other. I think it was like a ringleader. That's why I say it's like a pyramid scheme, where it's like one guy and maybe a few others paid view bots, or people who do view bots, smaller creators, so they can get boosted up. If they didn't say what they wanted to say, they for some reason just get less. That's what happened. And many of them now are kind of either stopped doing it, or they are trying to switch genres because they got enough views and subs, and they're being pushed in the algorithm to where they have to go for a different niche, quote unquote. Which I hate the term niche. I know Avery Yapps, this guy I'm using as my thumbnail and my video, because I talk about this guy, how he talks about how the Call of Duty commentary community's gone to shit, but this generation of Call of Duty commentary community was always shit. See, he was actually talking about how he's going to get people talking about how it's always been shit. No, it's never been always shit. It's just, this is unorganic. All of these Call of Duty commentary slop channels are unorganic, view bought to hell. Especially with the fart sniffer guy. I talked about him so much, and I can tell when I see view bots. I have a video that's view botted, and it acts exactly like his video. It still gets real views. Because it got 1,000 view bots watching it. It got another 1,000 real people watching it. That's how the view bots work. That's how his other videos got so many views at the start. It's not that he's a good YouTuber. It's just he paid like $10 a video to get like 1,000 views on there, bot views, like actual phone farm bots. And what happened was, when he made that, if you see this in your algorithm, the YouTube algorithm shit, it caused a Streisand effect, to where, yes, when you do bot your videos, you get real views. And that caused it where people just kept pushing it in the algorithm, like the real people who got it in their recommendations. That's what happened. He was never a good YouTuber. He was never a good YouTuber. And I don't mean by he's bad at YouTube. I mean by the videos he did with his fart sniffer account is bad. His Red Simon account, it's okay, but the thing is, he didn't grow because of YouTube's algorithm. The algorithm didn't want to push him. Never say the audience. That's one thing that Mr. Beast should be fucking smacked in the face for. Never call it the audience. It's not the audience that want you. It's YouTube decides what you get for views, not the not the views. It's the algorithm. The algorithm gives you views, not the people. If you search anything up on YouTube, it's because of the algorithm. Everything's about the algorithm. Try to look up a how-to video and try to use 2 different accounts. You know that you get totally different results for the same topic. That's how YouTube works. There is no organic shit anymore on YouTube. YouTube decides if you grow, if you die, if you are considered shit. Why do you think AI slop? It's everywhere. Why do you think they get pushed in the algorithm? Try to make a new account now, and you notice that all of it's all AI slop. It's not that people want it. is that the CEO, the Pajit YouTube CEO, and I don't care, call him Pajit, he's a Pajit, pushed it on the algorithm because he wants because all of them who do it are mostly from India, by the way. Most of them are doing it from India because it makes him money. And he wants all his, because he's very racist towards non-Indians. And he wants all the Indian scammers to win the YouTube algorithm so his country will grow. Because he's a racist, vile piece of shit. Oh man, I know this guy is gonna watch it. I doubt he's gonna watch. He may not even get this in his recommendations. He'd be like, what the fuck? Who, somebody made a video on me? I didn't know. Yeah, even if I put like an ad on it just shows you how well the algorithm works. Oh god. But you realize how bad it is for the Call of Duty commentary slop community. And yes, it's a slop. All of them are slop. I have talked to like other ones that are actually nice, but the problem is, I feel bad for them because there are like newer ones that are getting into this field, who are not part of the in group, being paid by not paid, but being view botted by the bigger ones. And there's ones that did it on their own fart sniffer, and he fell off, as you said. He fell off because he realized that he can't pay for view bots anymore. Because if he did that now, his YouTube channel would be destroyed. That's why he's not getting as much views. Because if you view bot, once you're monetized, YouTube will know this. That's why if you never monetize your channel, you can view bot the hell out of your account. YouTube doesn't care unless you make money. If you make money, then they get pissed off. That's what happened to Fart Sniffer. That's why he fell off, quote unquote. He couldn't pay for views anymore because he knows if he did that, YouTube would detect it. Then YouTube knows when you view bot. A lot of YouTubers do this. Why do you think you go in like these big ass AI slop videos? It's all these fucking comments within the AI slop videos are all the same because they pay for views. They pay for views. That's the newest way to get views on YouTube. You don't grow organically. You grow by knowing people. You grow by fucking paying people. The age of YouTube, you broadcast yourself, it's over. Why do you think it's nothing but mainstream fucking videos? It's not organic. None of it's organic. Get it through your fucking skull.